Cancer Capricorn. This has got to be the toughest opposite polarity to have in your chart. All right, it's got to be the toughest, the heaviest, the most sensitive, and the most pressurized, and the most internal turmoil. That's my opinion. So Cancer Capricorn, what are the recommendations for you if you have this opposite polarity in the top 3 positions, or if you're dealing with someone who has this? All right, the number one thing is they need their own space. They need their own space that they can go in, lock the door, and just be there by themselves, sit in their own thoughts, their own emotions, decompress, and even drown if they want. This is a very drowning energy. This is a very drowning opposite polarity to have within yourself in the top 3 positions. So you're gonna have to let them drown. Now, what's the trick to having their own space or giving them their own space? The trick is you give them their own space, like when they go in the room, lock the door, you still stay in the same house, you still stay in the same apartment, you still stay in the same area, because you're letting them know that you're giving them their own space, but you're still available, you're still there, you haven't left them. That's huge. Then when they're done drowning or whatever they're decompressing, they might take one step out of that space, right? They might come to the living room, take a sit on the couch, and then start to share space with you and the people around them. But the trick is, that's not your invitation to start approaching them or start interacting with them. You want to let them initiate the degree of interaction, all right? So when they came out of their own space, they're done drowning, they're done isolating, and they're starting to share your space, that first step out the door, when they're just sitting there sharing your space, don't approach them, don't interact with them yet. They just want to begin to share your space and share your energy. Again, the trick is to be available for them and to continue living your life, interacting with whoever else lives in that house, and just sharing that energy without directly interacting with them or asking them anything. The second thing, security. This energy needs security way more than the average person, way more than the average energy, all right? Cancer Capricorn needs a lot of security in all the categories, whether that's financial, emotional security, psychological security, that you're not gonna be a crazy person like them, okay? They need a lot of security in all the categories, the traditional ideas of security. Home and family is huge for them. So do they have a happy, stable home that they like? Do they have a happy, stable family that doesn't have any kind of huge personalities that are just off the walls? They need that stable home and family in all the textbook definitions of home and family stability. Next thing is they need a status. So they need a lot of status. Capricorn Cancer needs a lot of status, especially because of that Cap energy, in whatever environment and whatever social groups that they value, okay? They need a lot of status wherever they place that emphasis on, okay? Maybe that's political, maybe that's just purely social, maybe that's economical social. They need a lot of status. They don't necessarily need the money, so like let's say, for example, a mechanic that owns 5 shops might earn more money than a doctor, but the doctor has more status in that society. That's the kind of status that they need, Cancer Capricorn. Last but not least, they need healing. Lots and lots of healing. So they're gonna have to figure out what healing technique works best for them. Usually it's going to be a combination of healing techniques, whether that's yoga, breathing techniques. Breathing techniques are huge for everybody, but breathing techniques, massage, touch, Reiki, candles, I don't know. They're going to have to experiment, and you can experiment with them with what techniques of healing is most effective for them. And it's going to be mostly consistent. Whatever healed them last month is going to heal them this month, but you're going to definitely want to have maybe 10% of it where you try different things. All right, so that healing is huge for these people. more than the average person.